Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping! Regardless of the animal species, a mother giving birth to her young is probably the most challenging and beautiful moment of life. From sudden births to heavy births, here are some of the animal births that the doctors were shocked to find. Leopard uses farmer hut. With leopards being one of the smartest predators in the cat family, this one surely maintained the image of its kind. Farmers from an undisclosed location share this breathtaking footage where a pregnant leopard took refuge in his cabin and gave birth to 4 healthy cubs. Of all the places, the cabin was the only secluded spot that the mama leopard found to be the safest bet. The farmer let the newly established leopard family take a temporary refuge in his cabin while uploading the heartwarming scene for everyone to see. Gorilla giving birth. No matter how wild or aggressive gorillas can be, they also have a soft spot when it comes to having a young one. Sheila is a female gorilla who was pregnant at the time of this recording. According to zoo officials, they were looking forward to her giving a successful birth, as the last time her pregnancy didn't end well. Due to the complications at birth, Sheila bled a lot and had to abandon the baby who couldn't survive without its mother. A few days later, the caretaker in charge of the gorillas was able to capture the moment where she was delivering her baby on her own while showing signs of affection. Twin tiger cubs birth. The birthing experience for this tigress was tricky, as it was her very first time. Giles Clark is a zookeeper who stood by a female, soon-to-be mother tiger, that was nearing giving birth. After numerous contractions, she finally gave birth to her very first cub, who wasn't breathing at first. The moment of tension rose as the mother tiger was trying to make her cub breathe. After several attempts, the cub finally started breathing and crying, catching everyone in tears of joy. Squirrel in labor. Of all the rodent species, the birthing of a squirrel is probably the one most adored. In December 2022, wildlife experts were documenting the life cycle and behavior of a squirrel when they caught the very special moment of a female squirrel that looked distressed seconds before she rushed into her home. The camera planted within the tree showed that the squirrel was in labor and gave birth to several of her young. After giving birth, the mother squirrel remained within the tree home. Mom panda gets baby. When it comes to labor and birth, it can be very challenging, especially during the first time. This pregnant panda was kept under observation in a sanctuary somewhere in southern China after she was found all alone and vulnerable in the wild. The soon-to-be mother was in a very difficult labor, and after passing 3s from the due date, many were convinced that the baby is dead. A camera that was recording the insides of the mother panda's cage managed to record the moment where the mama panda finally was able to deliver her baby, surprising everything as most lost hope. Photo shoot interrupted by birthing. While many may find mice being the agents of filth, there are some pet owners who find them adorable, such as this one. A pet mouse was in the midst of a thumbnail photo shoot until it was interrupted as it started giving birth. The owner was taken by complete surprise, not knowing that his pet mouse was pregnant, and that it turned from photo shoot to about a brief birthing and motherhood stage as it gave birth to over 14 babies on camera. Baby kangaroo coming. Unlike most animals, kangaroos have a very unique birthing process. A newborn is merely the size of a jelly bean when it crawls out of its mother's uterus to climb up her body to reach for her pouch. For the next several weeks, it remains in the pouch as it grows until it is strong enough to stand on its own 2 feet. At this stage, the baby kangaroo is able to walk small distances on its own, but still has to rely on its mother's pouch for transportation, shelter, and protection for another few months before it gets back on its feet permanently. At this point, the mother kangaroo develops another offspring. Birth on Mother's Day. There is indeed no better day than Mother's Day to give birth and enter motherhood. During Mother's Day on May 13, 2019, a beautiful pregnant Arabian horse gave birth to a healthy foal without requiring any human assistance. The incident was caught on camera when one of the owners and caregivers were cleaning the stable and checking up on her health, until the mother horse completely took them by surprise by going into labor. After all, there is no better time to bond with a horse than this. Rabbit lays bazillion babies. With just a little bit of planning and determination, rabbits can certainly overtake the human population. A rabbit owner recorded and shared this video in December 2017, showing the scenes that left him speechless when his pet rabbit gave birth to more than a dozen babies. He reported that with his pet rabbit kept on releasing babies, it felt like bazillion babies more were gonna come out from how fast the place was crowding. It was later reported to have nearly 50 babies, more than half of which he had to give up for adoption. Hedgehog achieves motherhood. For it being a solitary pet, achieving motherhood was probably the last thing on its mind. In 2019, this pet hedgehog was paired with her female counterpart in an attempt to breed, which ended up successfully when the female hedgehog gave birth a month later. She gave birth to 5 babies within her box home and began nursing them soon after. Over the period of the next several weeks, the young started growing, giving the once solitary female hedgehog some companions. Foster dog instantly family. For something like a Trojan horse, this is probably the most realistic possible example of it. In December 2021, a couple decided to adopt a female dog, not knowing that they were actually adopting dozens more. Within days, they were left baffled after the pregnant dog started giving birth. As she kept giving birth, the couple were overwhelmed seeing the crazy number of puppies that she delivered, and the fact that they never even saw it coming at the time of adoption. Birth from upper back. Even for frogs, this looks quite bizarre. This footage was taken in June 2018, where a Suriname toad that was put under observation caught the experts in surprise, while disgusted a few in the manner of how it was giving birth to its young. It had several dozen openings on its upper back from where its young could be seen coming out from. Within a couple of minutes, it gave birth to more than a dozen of its kind before disappearing into the wild. Circus cheetah having cubs. While this cheetah may not be in its natural habitat, it sure was far from any danger while being at her most vulnerable moment of life. This female cheetah, despite being long overdue in giving birth, refused to do so until she was taken to a private and comfortable room where she delivered 5 healthy cubs soon after going into labor. Her trainers and caretakers reported that this 8-year-old female cheetah gave birth after she was accommodated with a male neighbor. Sea lion multiplying on shore. Sea lions. Although they are more well suited to live within the seas, they prefer to be on the beach while having their young. A beachgoer in June 2020 uploaded this clip showing a distressed sea lion moments before giving birth. She was accompanied by her male counterpart, who was not only comforting her, but also guarding her while she was vulnerable giving birth. Within a minute into the video, the baby sea lion comes out, but takes several attempts from its mother before it starts breathing. A flock of crows were standing by had if things gone sideways. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. This picture and video was captured on May 18, 2023, when a couple found this dog all alone in snow and was heavy with pregnancy. Upon seeing its miserable condition, they decided to take her in and nicknamed her as Tia. After being rescued, she rested for a couple of days after spending 40 of her toughest days before she started giving birth. Tia gave birth to about 15 babies, and just when her newly found couple thought that she was done, Tia gave birth to 14 additional babies, making a total of 29 puppies. One of the 29 puppies for some reason behaved oddly, as it was not breastfeeding unlike its peers, making the owners look after it separately. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.